Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ambassadorial Wing. And I am your host, the Ambassador. And tonight, we revisit the 1980s and a cult classic of that decade, Transformers, the animated movie from 1984. And with me this evening, I have got Jason P. President Dungeon Master from Polyhedral Paradise and Mir, the Gravitational Adept. Gentlemen.
Yep, still fat.
Oh, shut up. Gentlemen, how are y'all doing tonight?
Fantastic.
I'm doing great. This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yep.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
I am ready to relive my childhood.
Jason, this was actually your idea. If you recall, you were in the chat on the stream that I did with Mir and a couple other fellas, Brian Hill and Enosh Fett from Poindexter Lounge, and you were like, Ambassador, we have to do this movie. And I'm like, we'll do it next month. Well, guess what? Next month.
I really appreciate it. This is like I said, this is one of my favorites. It's a classic. I don't know anybody who was around at this time who saw this in theaters. It touched them in ways that they'll never forget.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Oh yeah.
This is the first time I yelled at a 6-year-old was in this movie.
Well, amazingly, I never got to see this in theaters or anything. I did not have the opportunity. I didn't see it until the late 90s when it finally was released on VHS. I was like, I remember correctly, I went to Target to get this, and I was like, and if I don't know about it, I'd have to talk to my mother, but I'm almost certain she still has the old VHS of this. So I'm gonna have to get that just for sentimental value. But I just recently got this puppy on Blu-ray. It's the 30th anniversary edition, and guys, why stand on ceremony here, Mr. Wayne? Actually, that was pretty good.
One bad.
Who knew? Anyways, fellas, let's do this thing on the down from 3. We will hit play and we will get this party started. In 3, 2, 1.
And so it begins.
DEG.
Rainbow Productions and Marvel Productions Ltd. And
that's right. From the producers that brought you Superman the movie.
And Conan the Barbarian.
Right.
De Laurentiis.
Here we go.
And there he is in all his magnificence.
So right here, when you're watching all this stuff go by with Unicron, I remember being in the theaters and watching that whole part where where it goes by like that, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a huge upgrade from from the cartoon.
Oh yeah.
And you get to look into this civilization here real quick of some scientists and witness their destruction right off the bat.
Oh yeah, they set the stakes high and they don't take their foot off the gas. Obelisk, it's Unicron.
Superhero Reviews, how are you doing this evening? I see you in chat. Yep. Obelisk, look, it's Unicron.
Yep.
And I think it was back when the Transformers Armada line was out. I actually got this puppy because I was like, I always wanted this. I finally got it, and then several years ago, I sold it. Like
Unicron?
Yep. I think it was for the Transformers Armada series that they did, and they did the Unicron storyline or a version of it. And I, like an idiot, I sold it.
I have to admit here, just seeing this in the Blu-ray format, just how, what a wonderful job cleaning this thing up.
Yeah, and there's the chomp.
Yep.
Yeah, chomp. Y'all remember that joke I made? Maybe that's the sound Orson made during
Here
between
it comes.
tapings.
Nom, 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 nom,
Nom,
nom,
Nom
nom,
nom nom nom.
nom.
And he's all energized and he's ready to go. He's like,
Yep.
that was filling.
But it's interesting. You get to see the inner workings of a planet and how it digests food. It's awesome.
I know.
And now he
right?
has his headlights on.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I can
Cue the 80s music. Oh.
Oh,
Transformers.
so now,
the
like
movie.
10 years later, when I finally got this on VHS,
Mhm.
this was such a love letter for anyone who loved heavy metal.
Oh yeah.
Like, this was the best soundtrack since the heavy metal movie.
Eric Idle as Retgar.
I know. Like you think about the names that were in this movie at the time.
I know.
Eric Idle,
Leonard,
right off the bat. What do you say?
Leonard
Well, you suggest
Nimoy.
eating coconuts, Mike, right?
Lionel Standard, Eric
Robert
Idle,
Stack.
Robert
Stack.
Stack, Orson Welles. No expense was spared.
Absolutely, man. This is
I heard he did this for
Robert
a
Stack, man. Unsolved Mysteries himself came out for this shit.
Right.
I heard Orson did this for a sandwich.
That was a hell of a sandwich.
John Moscata as Blur. Now, if I'm wrong, wasn't John Moscata the Micro Machines guy?
Yeah, he was a Micro Machines guy. Yep.
I thought so. He was like, dude, I want to be a Transformer. Let me be a Transformer. I'll be a really good Transformer. Give me a Transformer. Give me a Transformer.
We got the perfect Transformer for you. He's gonna talk real fast. Yeah.
And that was kind of a big thing too, where they went and said like they wanted someone that every kid could recognize, and that's where they just started doing Micro Machines.
Get the Micro Machines guy. Oh,
and there's Laserbeak.
Yep.
I think Laserbeak is one of the few that actually survived the great culling from this movie.
All I see is, I feel like Haley Joel Osment. I see dead people.
I see dead Transformers.
I see dead Transformers. But we didn't know it at the time. We're like, oh, there's Ironhide.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you get the sense Ironhide was actually voiced by Peter Cullen.
Yeah. Yep.
They're dead. They just don't know it.
So for me, the first 30 minutes of this movie is like nonstop balls to the wall. Like, I don't know. I'd like the first 30 minutes of this movie is like perfection as far as like cartoon movies. The rest of the movie's fine, but like if you could take the first 30 minutes of this up until the time Prime dies, like that is like perfection. But you know, the rest of it's awesome too. But
so I'm not quite there yet.
What's that?
I'm with you. I'm just not there yet.
I understand. Yeah.
And
we'll do Spike.
There's Spike, one of two people who actually swears in this movie.
Oh shit! What do we do now?
No.
We're not there yet, guys. We'll get to that line.
I know. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll save it.
This movie earned its PG-13 rating.
All we need is a little energon and a lot of luck.
More than you realize, Optimus Prime. And there goes Laserbeak back to report to Megatron.
I'm a couple of seconds right behind you.
That's okay. We're not gonna quibble about a couple of seconds.
This movie was single-handedly responsible for me destroying my Optimus Prime.
Let me know when Megatron comes through the ship.
Oh, he's not there yet. He's Prime's on the video.
Yeah, just let me know when it starts. Like when the ship, the side of the ship explodes.
Okay.
You're ahead of us. How the hell are you?
No, I was like 30 seconds behind you.
That's just what he's using as his like.
Yeah.
I watermark. Yeah.
Laserbeak is doing the replay at the moment.
We're almost there. Okay. The ship's flying through space and prowling, and he's through the ship.
Okay.
Yep.
So from right here, this was balls to the wall for me.
Oh yeah. This is where the great
Autobot
of 1984 begins.
3, 2, 1.
Nailed it.
And he's dead.
And like at this point in the theaters, old 8-year-old me, eyes popped wide open.
When we watch Prowl just completely lose its color right there, I'm like, holy shit, this is serious business.
They are not playing. I'm like, Megatron is serious.
Oh, there goes another one.
When did Autobots start shooting like stormtroopers?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And since when does Ratchet carry guns? Ratchet's the medic. Since when does he have a gun?
Too easy, Starscream. Much easier. I'm sorry, I could quote the whole thing. I'm gonna refrain from doing that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay, dude. This is like
You're an idiot, Starscream. The interplay between Starscream and Megatron, just like their back and forth and their relationship, like it is like it's nuanced. You know, it's like it's not something you see.
Here comes the funny part.
Yep.
So he blows away Ironhide's head, and so this is the first time that the character of Ironhide now matches the toy.
He's got no.
I just realized I didn't have the subtitles going. How silly am I? And here's Hot Rod fishing, an Autobot fishing.
Yeah,
Who knew robots?
Oh, hey, I got a big one.
And can I just say they got the reflection on the water with Hot Rod and what's his face? Oh, not
Daniel,
and not to mention it's Judd Nelson.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course, Judd Nelson.
I got to do it. Here he is.
Mint in package. Is it Hot Rod or Rodimus Prime?
This is Hot Rod.
It's Hot Rod. Yeah.
Oh, Daniel, that's his kid's name.
Yep.
And it's 2005 of this movie, and this kid has a hoverboard.
Where's
don't have
my hoverboard?
It's 2020. It's 15 years past 2005. We still don't have freaking hoverboards. I want my damn hoverboard. I want it now. Of course,
I can't tell you the hours I spent playing in my living room with my friend, where we'd play Hot Rod and Cup coming off the yeah. It's got some memories. It's a little bit more.
Seriously, the amount of money that Stan Bush made off of this one movie.
Oh yeah.
Turbo rubbing young punk. I'll straighten you out yet.
This is going to sound really odd, but Cup always reminded me of a male grumpier version of my grandmother who could transform
he's like everyone's grumpy grandpa.
Well, in this case, it's a grumpy grandma.
So why is Starscream standing right in a giant hole?
Well, my question is, why is it take a human to realize there's a hole in the spaceship?
Because it's Starscream, and Starscream is dumb as rocks.
I suppose.
Starscream should rule. Oh. Daniel.
And to the chat, Speaker from the Dead, good evening, sir. Thank you for hope you're doing well.
Nice there's our first appearance of a triple changer.
Yep, Blitzwing.
Yeah, I had Blitzwing.
I had both. I got Astro Train sitting behind me too.
Shut up.
This scene here, they tried to redo in the first Transformers live action movie. Yes. Where somebody, yep. I saw that. I was like, that's, nice try, but it didn't work.
It's just best not to repeat history.
Yeah.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but Cup is in his Cybertronian form. He's not in an altered form like the original Transformers were, because this is 2005.
I don't think so. I think he survived.
He survived the Cybertronian Wars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Old time.
Along with RC and RC, I think too, right? And Blur. Yeah. Because Blur is also in.
Blur has no wheels.
Well, and not to mention, I think Hot Rod's in his Cybertronian form as well.
And
good evening, sir.
Here's where I learned the word cursory.
Yes.
Look, a whole bunch of Transformers you've never seen before.
We're outnumbered. I gotta say, my favorite line of all time is coming up. And it's said by Springer, and we'll get there. But yeah, favorite line of all time in any movie. Oh, look, and you can tell he's talking fast because he's a little blurry. Blur.
Yeah, no kidding. And how many of you want? I swear somebody says they had Perceptor, and because I never had Perceptor, I wanted to.
I never did.
I had Perceptor.
I hate you. And to the chat, Captain Trek and Chanthorpe. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, Captain
Thank
Trek.
you for popping in.
How are you, brother?
Guys, if you are watching along with us, we are at timestamp 12 minutes and 58 seconds, coming up on 13 minutes.
I'm a tick ahead, but what's 5 seconds
okay.
among friends?
Indeed. And no, folks, your eyes do not deceive you. I will be playing the part of Orson Welles, playing the part of Unicron.
Love how he shoots his foot off. Also replicated in the Transformers movie, the live action.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although I will say this Starscream, well, duplicated can never be replicated.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is a superior Starscream. All the Starscreams bow in the
Look, it's
magnificent.
future Metroplex.
Yeah. It was funny because I had the Metroplex toy. I was like, this is nothing like Autobot City.
Well, you can kind of see it with that tank thing on the top.
And the thing that would be Metroplex's breastplate.
Yeah.
Where it comes together. Yep.
And Chanthor brings up, damn, the body count in this film is insane. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, there's the Insecticons.
Insecticons are our way. They're our way in. I'm not sure how running over an Insecticon propels you over, but hey.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It works.
Funny.
It works.
This movie was made for kids. And
I was a kid, and I loved every second of it.
Look, from a place of love, I will nitpick this movie to death.
Yes. Well, okay, and I'm going to say this. Michael Bay wishes he could make something this awesome.
Dude, this is fantastic. Cover your receptors, Perceptor.
Yeah, and Mando Merc brings up a good point. He's like, I love the concept of certain Transformers having special abilities. Skywarp, teleporting, Thundercrackers, lighting abilities, blurs, super speed. Yep.
Starscream with his null ray, etc.
Yeah.
Megatron with his
I love the fact
shrinking down.
I love the fact that they actually had to go and make let's call it Blaster transform in order to use the damn radio.
Yeah. He's got to plug in, First we crack the shell.
Yeah.
Then we crack the nuts inside.
And let's see, Chanthorpe brings up
Get off me, you
Optimus
little spider monkey!
is a great beast, plus the steps are beyond yeah, it's like, let's walk while a car comes at us.
It's dramatic effect, man. This little vignette when the cassettes are they're all fighting each other and they're cutting in front of Perceptor. I love that. That's cinematic genius.
It is. Well, and can I say, I'm sorry, I think the Sound Waves cassettes were cooler than blasters. Just saying.
Yeah, like Blaster kind of was an after. I don't know. He felt like an afterthought. Like we got a
wasn't because
he was
like we got a Decepticon, and so we need to make an Autobot to mirror his.
He was
abilities.
season 2, basically.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's coming up.
Chanthor brings up another good one.
All right.
It's true. It's the future. Nobody knows this 1980s boombox.
Here we go again. The cassettes.
More bodies.
There they are.
I hate you.
I know.
No,
I love you too, man.
Mitten.
I'm not done yet. Here, look, here's Soundwave.
Oh my gosh! Come on, man. You're making me jealous over here.
These are all the reruns.
Reissues.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I couldn't bring it upon myself to
go
buy
them. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Springer a triple changer too? But he was
Springer was a triple changer. Yep.
Tank, helicopter, and
car. Oh. No, it wasn't a tank. Wasn't a tank. It was a car. It was a
car.
Okay. It was like a Jeep.
Uh-oh, here they come.
Here he comes. Devastator.
Constructicons, merch for the kill.
So I have these assholes on order, and my NBK Constructicons are going to show up before my Gen 1s.
Oh.
And I ordered the Gen 1s back in like July.
Oh, did you hear? That was the line right there. I got better things to do tonight than die. That's my favorite line of the whole movie.
Yeah, that's a good line right
I
there.
say that when I'm out at bars. I say that when I'm throwing up after a night of drinking. I say that all the time. I got better things to do tonight than die. Chan Thorpe. Nobody calls Soundwave uncharismatic. Yes. Fantastic line. So
I wholeheartedly agree. And now it's trench warfare, sort of.
It's like World War I all over again.
Your ass is great.
Huh?
Wow.
What's that noise?
Man. Wow.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. You can get from Cybertron to Earth in like 12 hours.
That's pretty quick. Yeah. They found a wormhole. The space bridge. They covered that in an episode.
Me, Grimlock, love challenge.
Flying dinosaurs.
That's right.
Till they transform.
Okay, now wait a minute. Let's see. Wasn't there a fifth one?
There's 5 Dinobots,
Yeah, there's only 4 there, though. Because there's Grimlock, there's Slag, there's Swoop, there's Sludge, and then there was the Stegosaurus. Snarl. That was it, yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess they didn't bring Snarl in until after the movie.
Moment of silence.
All right. Gotta do it again. Gotta do it again. I gotta do it again. Because it came in this week. You got the power. Come on.
You got the touch.
Sing along with Stan Bush.
You got the power. Yeah.
Oh, right in the grill piece.
Oh,
and Mando Mark brings up, you guys know that I'm working on my very own my original Transformer continuity, heavily inspired by the G comics I grew up with my favorite bits and pieces from different. Cool.
Yeah.
Mando Mark, that's awesome, dude. And when Optimus transforms, he's got that extra rocket boost right at the end. Like, I must be even more awesome. Let's add rockets.
Why throw away your life so recklessly? That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
And
look at the animation on this scene right here. It's so much better. Cup's like, dude, stay away. That's Prime's fight.
Thought he was going to do it with his bare hands.
No, I'll crush you with my bare hand. Yeah.
And then he cheats.
And there's a lightsaber in the fight all of a sudden.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I just a random lightsaber laying around.
Prime hits him so hard that he actually knocks his cannon off of his arm.
Dude, where's your axe?
I know.
Break out the hatchet.
He has a laser axe.
Yeah, they have air-drawn weapons.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Prime's is like a mace or something.
Axe, and then Megatron's got a Morning Star.
Yep.
Oh, it was a Morning Star. That's right. Yeah. I'll rip out your
in the NBK releases for both Prime and Megatron. They have the axe and the
there's the air-drawn weapons. The energy
ones
weapons.
that are just ginormous.
I like all this badassery, and Megatron sees his little pistol, like it's gonna take Prime down. But hey, I guess it does its job, Hot Rod should have just stayed put. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but of course we couldn't have had the sass
That's
dip
his
and all
fight, dumb fuck.
Dumb fuck.
Yeah,
Fall.
that should be Hot Rod's call sign.
All right.
Dumbass.
Dumb fuck 1. Oh, sorry, dumbass 1.
No, it's okay. You're all right, Jason.
So, it's kind of interesting to me, like how they're animated, where they're almost like, they're metal, but they almost look like stone.
Yeah.
With like the cracks and the splits.
Yeah, with all the damage.
Yeah, it's almost like stone. I thought that was really neat. And
that blow right there, man. Oh.
Screw you! Never! Screw you, Megatron!
Forgive me. Nah, this is your fault.
No, this is why you're pink, Hot Rod.
He's not pink.
Starscream just walks up, kicks him in the ribs if he had ribs.
Oh God! All right, my last one.
And
hey, Brian Hill, how's it going, buddy?
Brian, good to see you, Hoff. Glad you could pop in, bud.
All right, my last one. There he is. Astro Train.
Nice.
He's hiding in there somewhere.
So, like, the one thing everybody overlooks, like with Transformers, is their ability to like spatially displace. Yeah. Yes, mass shift. Yes, it's like their biggest feature. Megatron can turn into a pistol. Astro Train can turn into their freaking, something that can carry all the other Decepticons.
Okay, and can I just say in that one shot where Cub says he turned the tide, his hand was just a little.
What are you getting at?
See here, this is the one part I don't really understand.
A little dainty. Let's put it that way.
The hardest part of getting into space is actually achieving orbit,
mm-hmm.
and then somehow
can do it.
Yeah.
And here's the scene that broke the hearts of a million kids around the world.
The kids. This is the first time. Again, I cursed at a 6-year-old in the movie theater when this thing was being shown.
Why? Because he was blubbering.
He was crying. I'm like, would you shut up? The movie's on.
At this point, my eyes were still like, from everything that had been going on, my eyes were still like this big. Yeah.
My eyes were like, what the fuck is going on here?
Is happening? And I was loving every minute of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, how am I going to destroy my Optimus Prime when I get home? I'm going to take a hacksaw to his midsection.
No.
He's got to be battle ready. He's got to be show battle damage.
Jason, no. You're killing me, man. You already told that story.
I know, but, sorry.
I was just looking through eBay a couple of days ago, and I was actually going to buy another Optimus Prime, the black one. Optimus is dead.
Oh,
that one.
Is there a gray one?
Yeah.
Is there like a blacked out one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I totally want it.
And I'm just going to say it. Mm-hmm. Optimus is being a little. How do I put this? He's being a little biased towards other Transformers that are also trucks.
Yeah.
And just real quick to the. Go ahead, Jason.
You can pull other things like I can. You get the Matrix.
I know, right?
Sorry. Yeah.
Your toy looks just like mine.
we know next to nothing about Ultra Magnus, and somehow he gets the freaking Matrix of leadership, and yet we see how the Matrix reacts when Hot Rod catches it.
He never.
That's what I was curious. Was like, did the Matrix pick Hot Rod because he was the first one to touch it after it came out of Optimus, or was it serendipitous that he was supposed to touch it? Like,
I think, unless I'm wrong, I think like the Matrix has like a consciousness.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you notice, Ultra Magnus can't open the dang thing, and he's like, "Damn it, open! Damn, open!" And just real quick to the chat, Chanthorpe, congratulations on the new job. Good to hear. It's good to hear that.
Yeah, congratulations, dude.
No.
Right here. No. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong movie. Oh, and the face falls to the side.
The head, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Like, apparently Unicron's watching this whole thing.
The whole thing. Daniel crying there is the tears of every single kid that watched this movie.
Not me. I was just like, holy shit.
That's because you're
heartless, Mir.
I know.
You're heartless.
That is true. That is totally true.
And of course, Unicron's watching all this because apparently Unicron has satellite.
Yes, this part makes no damn sense. And all he would have to do is get in a direction, reach a certain speed, shut the thing off. Inertia will carry him the entire way there.
Nay.
Astro Train has requested that we lighten our burden. Fun fact.
Chanthorpe, nice foreshadow. Hot Rod catching it. Yes, that was foreshadowing. Even a 7-year-old could have picked up one.
Yeah.
Duh. Like, hello.
Oh. How do you... How it pains me to do this.
do this.
You're a liar,
Well, it
Starscream.
pains me to do this.
Whee!
Fun fact. Of course, this is probably a fun fact for nobody. The guy who did the voice of Starscream also did the voice of another.
Cobra Commander. Yeah.
Yep, another '80s villain, Cobra Commander.
Oh yeah, I mean that you can hear. Destro. Yeah, you could hear that coming out of Starscream's mouth. Here comes unchrasmatic line.
Yep. We should rule. Soundwave superior, Constructicons inferior. Who are you calling inferior? No one would follow an uncharismatic boar like you.
Unchrasmatic boar like you.
Uh,
Pile driving Astro Train all out of orbit. It's
Poor
like
Astro Train, he
Train.
didn't do anything wrong.
I said, bad guys just can't get their stuff together, you know?
Can't I just blow my own damn airlock? You know?
He probably could. He's like, screw these guys. I'm gonna dump them all out, and I'll be the most. I'll be the
la,
leader.
la, 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 la.
And here's where shit got real.
Oh yeah.
No, here's where toy lines entered into the next generation.
Yeah, this is where Series 3 shows up.
Yeah.
Welcome, Megatron.
Which I still have my Series 3 booklet from 1985.
Nice.
Dude.
I'm the unicorn.
All right, I gotta change my avatar for this.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh,
Spoilers.
spoiler alert! Hey, who's that purple guy? Is that Megatron? No, no, it's not.
I summoned you here for a purpose. No one summons Megatron.
Well, it pleases me to be the first.
No, Mando Mark, that's a perfectly valid reason or opinion. All opinions are valid here.
Look,
Mando Mark,
the only reason why Ultra Magnus got the Matrix is because Robert Stack was doing Unsolved Mysteries.
and he was a truck.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was a repainted Prime with a different.
He was a white
back.
Prime.
He was a white Prime with a
Pretty
back.
much.
Yeah.
Which could not exist in this day and age.
He was albino Prime.
Al Primo. Posture is highly dubious. See, again, dialogue that you would not find in a cartoon today. Your bargaining posture is highly dubious. Like nobody says
That's like
that in
3
cartoons
words
nowadays.
I had to look up right there.
Yeah,
You know?
and like this is how I learned these words.
Yep.
I said I was saying dubious at 9 years old, and people are like, how you know that? I'm like, Transformers.
You
know, Transformers.
Well, here's well, not to mention if it's Orson freaking Welles.
Right.
And that Orson B.D. Welles. You want to give him a good script. You don't want to give him a crappy script.
Well, that and a good sandwich.
And a good sandwich.
A nice corned beef with some spicy brown mustard.
Look, I don't give a fuck what he's asking for. If he wants a damn sandwich, you get him a damn sandwich.
You get Orson Welles a sandwich. You get him corned beef. You get him ham. Whatever he wants. Double it up. Get it to him.
And get the best damn one you can find.
Yeah. Scourge and his minions, the sweeps.
Galvatron. These shall be your minions.
The huntsmen, the sweeps. I notice a product line forming.
As do I.
Generic, but whatever. I had them.
I never did. I always wanted them.
I had one of each one, like the sweeps and Scourge, but yeah.
Is that Clonus?
Cyclonus, yeah, Cyclonus.
I'll
I had
say
Galvatron.
Well, if you notice, they're all the same color.
And hey, look, it's the voice of Mr. Spock.
Wait a minute. What's Spock? This isn't Star Trek. What's Spock doing here?
What the fuck happened to Frank Welker?
Frank Welker got the boot. Him and Peter Cullen are having a drink at a bar somewhere.
Just an interesting aside here. how you have Scourge and the Sweep show up. Now, back in the season 2 of the Transformers cartoon, I think it was Kickback, the member of the Insecticons that could replicate himself.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
And so the Sweeps can also replicate themselves
because he was one of the Insecticons.
Get out with the ceremony.
So yeah, I was telling you guys off cam that the War for Cybertron game, Fall of Cybertron, the second one in the series, they redid this scene in just perfection.
This is bad comedy.
And line for line.
Here's a hint.
Yep. Like, holy shit, he's not a gun anymore. It's a fucking cannon.
He's a cannon, you idiot. Your crown's blocking your vision.
And he goes gray except for his eyes. Oh,
well, not to mention,
that's foreshadowing. That's a ghost coming.
Yeah. Then he just steps on a crown.
Yep.
Drags his feet through like some dog shit.
He's like, I don't need no crown.
He's already got one.
He's like,
anybody
I'm Galvatron,
bitch.
He's like, I don't need no crown. I'm Galvatron, bitch.
I'm sure they went into who all those gold statues were around there in some sort of
probably
ancillary
they were
material.
Probably past the rulers of
Cybertron,
or something, and they were probably all Decepticons.
I'm starting to think Decepticons aren't the bad guys here because they really had like control of Cybertron forever, you know. Maybe
not to mention, Cybertron actually looks halfway decent, and Mirror. Well, we're coming up on Mirror's favorite scene here in a few minutes.
Look, Orson Welles didn't get a sandwich. He's taking out Cybertron's moves.
Are we sure it isn't? Are we sure it's Orson Welles or is it Marlon Brando?
I really couldn't tell the difference towards the end.
Doesn't really matter towards the end of their careers, you know. Casey Kasem.
Yep, he's right in the middle of doing the top. You gotta hate it. He did the top 40 for decades, and all he got was Cliff Jumper.
I know.
Yeah, I know, right?
He totally
got a
needed a
knockoff
t-shirt
Bumblebee.
that said that.
I had Cliff Jumper. I never had Bumblebee though.
Yeah, same. My brother had Bumblebee, and I had Cliff Jumper, but I had the version of Cliff Jumper that was actually Bumblebee, and he had the Bumblebee that was actually Cliff Jumper.
What, they were painted wrong?
Yeah. And the original series ones, you had the Cliff Jumper that was painted like Bumblebee. Yeah, it was red, but it was a red beetle. And then then Bumblebee was painted as having the spoiler like Cliff Jumper.
Oh, I gotta. Speaking of mistakes, I gotta grab something. I'll be right back.
Do what you gotta do.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and can we just comment on the fact that everybody's clothes in the future has their first initial on it?
Yeah.
Because if you notice, Daniel's jumper has a D on it. Like.
Yeah, in case you don't know exactly which human it is, you know? Because the humans all look alike.
I just have one question. Where are all the other humans at?
That's a good question.
Are Daniel... Well, not to mention, what happened to Spike's dad? I mean, he would be old at this point, but he wouldn't be that old.
Well, okay, so 20 years? And his size? Yeah, heart attack, dude.
Good point.
Yeah. I mean, you compare his cardiac... cardiac muscle was looking... His cardiac muscle could have been, like, rated as bacon by percentage, all right?
But remember, we belong to him. All right, here's what I wanted to show you guys. So I bought this. It's a Heroes of Cybertron collection. I'm not sure when it's from. I don't have a date.
That's okay.
Tell me if you can spot the problem here.
Yeah, it says Ultra Magnus, but that's Prime.
That's clearly Optimus Prime. Yep. Talk about holy mispackaging.
Holy mispackaging, Batman. And you know, something else, I really like the Decepticon ship and the fact that it actually has the Decepticon emblem on it. If you ever noticed that.
Autobots didn't have money for that, man. Autobots always running short on Energon and cash.
Well, no, Well, no, but here's the thing: that Unicron was just holding that ship in somewhere in his body. Remember, he was just holding that ship in his body somewhere.
He made it from the planet that he destroyed at the beginning of the movie. He just put it all together, and then painted a Decepticon logo on it.
That's a possibility too.
I mean, think about you've got Scourge, a big enough ship to fit Galvatron in. Think about how big he had to get.
Yep. Well, not to Autobots scrap. And do you want me to gut Ultra Magnus?
You want me to
How do you hear somebody talk? How did you hear cartoon characters talk like that now? You don't.
I didn't even know he had guts. That was new. It's funny. Blur looks like he's moving fast.
Yeah.
But really, if you think about it, he didn't get down there any quicker than normal people would have. He just looked blurry when he did it.
Oh, wow. You know there was a finger sticking up in that scene, right?
Chan Thorpe and everything bringing the heat. Unicron is such a Galactus knockoff.
Yeah.
Wow. Bring the heat, Chan.
Wasn't there a whole mythology about Unicron and Primus? And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And they actually explored it in the comic book. I remember that particular series of comics where the Autobots actually go to the core of Cybertron. You see the giant face of Primus.
Yeah.
And everything. I wish I never got rid of my Transformers comics. Why did I get rid of all my good stuff? Because I was stupid.
I mean, I only have 3 Transformers comics.
Mm-hmm.
There's one where Devastator first showed up, one where Jetfire first showed up.
Jetfire was frozen in ice.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? He was frozen in ice.
Yeah.
And originally a Decepticon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually had
Joe Grimlock about Petro Rapids. And I don't think enough love is played to the soundtrack that's playing on in the background.
No.
Oh man.
This is metal paradise right now.
Mm-hmm.
Chan Thorpe, then you understand where I'm coming from, man. Those were such good comics.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry. The G.I. Joe and the Transformers comics from Marvel back in the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
They were just so damn good. I even had a issue 1 of Transformers from the limited series, the 4-part series that they did, or a 3-part series that they did, and it was actually it was a defective. How do I put this? It was a defective print because the inking was all wrong. You could still read it, but all the characters were the ink was all smudged over.
Oh.
And I bet you that would be worth something.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't have it anymore. I'm like, why did I get rid of all my stuff? Ah!
Congratulations, Autobots. We lost them.
Congratulations.
This week on Unsolved Mysteries, the Decepticons. Where did they go?
Tell Swoop good part. I could listen to Cup talk for hours.
Yeah.
And
he's
and here's the Star Wars scene where Hot Rod's, practicing with his lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Which never comes back into play again. Yeah.
Chan Thorpe, I didn't even know Lions Transformers did a movie in '86.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is that?
Uh-oh. Okay. Now, tell me if you guys see anything wrong with this picture.
The fact that the ship is firing missiles?
No. It's the part where you have 2 ships literally with guns all over the fucking place. Okay?
Oh, and they don't fire a single shot.
They don't fire
shit.
But they inverted polarities. They inverted polarities. I mean, what do you want to do? That's their thing. We survived that.
Oh, okay, Chanthorpe. Thanks. Thanks for the clarification. Lion song. Okay. Yeah, and Chan, he's like those covers on the limited run and everything like that. I think it was a 3 or 4 issue run for Transformers before they started a full series. Yeah, the covers were really interesting. I remember that first issue.
Yep. I think
it was
things like when I got this, I just got the Optimus Prime one with the cab this last week, and going down.
He going down.
Well,
I like Ultra Magnus. He really shows his leadership abilities here. I can't deal with that right now.
Wow.
I can't make decisions. I'm the president.
I can't even right now. It's like so 2020. I can't even right now.
This is President Scroob as a Transformer.
Hey, what are we gonna do? I can't even right now.
4 issues. Thank you, Chan. I couldn't remember. It's been several years.
Yeah.
Many moons have passed since I've read Transformer comics that were good.
Just going back to my Optimus Prime story real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my grandmother worked for Hasbro in 1984. She was on the product line for Cabbage Patch Kids.
No.
And in the summer of 84, she brought home for my brother and I 2 Optimus Primes before they had even been released. And that was my first introduction to the Transformers.
Wow, man, it does not get any more OG than you, sir. That is crazy.
And I was like, we had heard about the toy, we had seen the toys and everything, but you couldn't get one anywhere. And I was like, holy shit. I don't think we actually said that when we walked into my grandmother's house. Because my grandmother was hardcore, man. She'd break out that Lifebuoy antibacterial soap and we'd be sucking on that thing for the rest of the
night. So what's you bringing home as far as Cabbage Patch Kids go?
Oh, hell no. No. No.
Dude, Cabbage Patch Kids, I had Chadwick Clay. Chadwick Clay was my Cabbage Patch Kid.
I got you. I totally respect that. However,
here we go. However, no, I did not have
not
one.
So much.
Yeah.
Chanthorpe, you're killing me, man.
Let's see. All Tram sounds like a porno actor.
And this is one of my favorite songs in the whole damn movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunate ones. I don't know. I thought Hot Rod could have used that spinning blade earlier, but it's interesting that all these other planets that they go to, everything is still metallic based, they haven't found a single, and this presumably is within Earth's orbit somewhere, not Earth's orbit, but it's close.
The Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah, it's within the Milky Way galaxy. I didn't know this existed. Is this what's actually on Neptune? Is that where they're at?
I don't think that's
probably
Neptune.
Not. No, but I mean they got to be pretty close.
Well, but close.
Yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, they didn't get that far off of Earth. No.
Well, maybe they did, and we just don't know it.
Dude. I mean, how fast could the Ark travel? When the Ark got to Earth, when it crashed to Earth, I don't know. How far is Cybertron away from Earth? Is that something that's ever established in canon?
I think really. It is.
I think it was in season 1 of Transformers. I believe it was episode 12 or 13 or something like that. There was a 3-parter, and Megatron brought Cybertron to within Earth's orbit.
Yeah, the episode with the space bridge, right?
This is pre-space bridge.
Oh, it's pre-space bridge. Okay.
Yeah.
And then something happened where Cybertron was getting knocked out of orbit, but it was still pretty close.
Yeah.
So it became basically like a rogue planet.
Oh, it's the planet of junk. Bring on Weird Al Yankovic.
Yep.
I was so excited. I was a huge Weird Al fan. And then
absolutely.
Oh my God.
What was
Weird Al is king.
Yeah, I've seen him live several times. He's a fantastic showman.
I've seen him with Dr. Demento.
Oh, nice.
I've never seen Dr. Demento, but I have seen Weird Al, at least on like
Dr. Demento. That's
Look,
OG.
You have not lived unless you've wanted a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Was that a Dr. Demento song?
Absolutely.
No, really?
What was I thinking about this one?
I think Daniel could make himself useful with this. I think that could have been useful a long time ago.
Because up until now, what has Daniel done except lubricate Prime's corpse with his tears
and wine? Damn it! You're making him rust.
And he's dead.
You're making his corpse rust. I mean, an instruction manual would have been nice.
If I was in Daniel's position, like almost every kid wanted to be, whoever watched this movie, RC says, Daniel, this was Spike's exosuit. Was? What do you mean was?
Yeah. Where's my father? What's wrong with my?
I would be a teary bitch just kicking and screaming on the floor.
Why are you talking about past?
What did you do with my dad? Nothing. Unicron did it. Unicron ate him. Somewhere inside Unicron, your father is being digested.
If I remember correctly, the song that's coming was off of Weird Al Yankovic's In 3D.
In 3D, yes. Dare to be stupid. It was a Devo style parody.
Yeah.
Not a cover, but yeah. And it was out way before the movie, but
it was like 83, I think, somewhere on there.
Oh my goodness.
Chan Thorpe says we need more Grimlock in this thing, period. It's coming.
Hang on.
It's coming.
And we get Grimlock and we get Wheelie.
Oh my god. That could have not.
Yeah.
The most effective of all Transformers ever.
Just what we need. A rhyming Autobot.
And then Grimlock follows right in suit. Me, Grimlock, say we on our way.
Remember, the year after that, we got a Druish princess.
Druish princess.
That's funny. She doesn't look Druish.
She doesn't look Druish. I like the hinted lore with like the Quintessons. And
here we come. Oh, weep, cry now, weep, nitty bong.
No more.
Weep, nitty bong.
Wow, we've gone now, weep, nitty bong.
I'm gonna start using.
So they've heard the Sharkticons heard of it, but Hot Rod hasn't.
Well, these aren't Sharkticons. These are. I'm not sure what these are. These are alligator cons.
I don't remember what their official name is, but yeah, they're
Crocticons.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're just making stuff up, but you're probably right. Yeah.
Well, everything else has got con or bot or Crocbots.
Crocbot. No more.
Empty. Yeah. Just like half the politicians in
Oh shit.
What's Wheelie been doing this whole time? Like, seriously, why has Wheelie been hanging out on this planet the whole time? We don't if this was Star Wars, we'd get a whole movie about what Wheelie was doing on this planet before, like.
Okay, and can I just have both of you got your subtitles running on this?
I don't.
Okay, on mine it says anytime any Autobot or Decepticon transforms, it says robotic pulsing. Does that sound somewhat dirty to you?
It does, and kind of arousing. But
my robots are always set to pulse.
Wasn't there a whole in the fourth season? There was a whole subplot with the Quintessons about how they were part of the creators.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember watching that.
Yeah, I remember that as well a little bit.
Yeah. That and a Quintesson was also helped to restore Optimus Prime. Even though, like, the episode before, when they reached the crypt, like Prime was like literally blown up and destroyed and all this other shit.
And then, here we go. Here's where Granix shows back up.
Yep.
And
Black devours everything in its path.
I'm the last survivor of Lethal. And yeet. Electric bars. Did anybody have any of the Quintesson? Was there Quintesson toys? I've never had one.
I don't think
can't
there
remember.
were.
I don't think there were. I never.
Don't.
I at least never had one.
If there were, I don't
mockery
remember.
of justice. This is another one of my favorite lines. And if I'm ever in court, I want to say this.
I have nothing but contempt for this court.
I have nothing but contempt for this court. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Bye. It was nice knowing you. So they would just pick up before when Hot Rod went to go grab the bars and it was electrified. How the fuck does that happen with metal?
I don't know. It's like it would always be grounded, right?
There's metal. He's making contact with metal. His feet are metal. It'll go right through him.
Megatron introduced text to Transformers. Stand corrected, Ambassador did. So,
is that a reference to Megan Fox? Is that the Megan we're talking about?
It might be.
Yep.
Shanthorpe, are you talking about Megan Fox?
You have to admit she did look incredible, especially in the second one.
Oh, friend fine, look behind.
Grimlock,
not fool. Grimlock King.
King of what? King of the idiots.
Oh yeah, I get the joke.
Hell, Grimlock, King of the fools.
Oh no, he's gonna hit him with a
slingshot.
Who are you, Bart Simpson?
This guy was literally shot by Galvatron like 20 minutes ago, and he gets his panties up in a bunch over freaking slingshot.
You hit my nose. It's my weak spot.
So there are two versions of this that are out here right now.
Really?
What, of the movie?
I don't know. I don't know which like what companies are putting them out.
Mm-hmm.
But I know one of them has LEDs in Unicron, so the entire ring on the outside glows. And then his eyes glow.
Wow.
I think it's like $500 or something like that.
My goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, HasLabs was really expensive.
Yeah. I was like, this is pretty, but it ain't that pretty.
It's pretty, but I didn't take it out for air. Oh, never mind. That was something else.
So, another stupid question on that one.
Okay.
Why didn't Unicron just contact Galvatron by radio?
Why did he summon him?
Yeah.
Dramatic effect? I don't know.
Can you say screen time for Orson Welles?
He could have gotten just the amount of same amount of screen time if he like Skyped him.
It's like Orson Welles, screen time, or a sandwich. Sandwich.
We are so going to hell.
Fuck yeah!
We're not going to hell. Well, there goes their ship. Now
there goes the shuttle.
They destroyed all four corners of it.
Look, RC's just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Same with Blur. He's like, I'm out too. Figure it out, Daniel.
Yeah. Speaking of which, why didn't Blur like move fast at the scene?
Good question.
I'm telling you, Blur doesn't actually move fast. The only thing he does is he just gets blurry. He doesn't move any faster than any other Transformer.
Oh shit, how do I stop? I'm going toward this mountain of junk.
Human germ. I'm not a germ. I'm a human. Humans aren't germs.
They're like 90% germs, but go. Philip Gaming says, all right, GoBots time.
No. There are no GoBots here. GoBots.
I will have you know that I had GoBots in my Transformers, and they got along just fine.
Yeah, my GoBots and my Transformers cross-pollinated.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck.
They didn't care. Oh, we missed Cuss 1.
No, this is Cuss 2.
Open, damn you. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. What did we do? Yeah, open, damn it, open. Yeah.
Like I said, this movie earned its PG-13 rating.
Sweeps, exterminate him.
Magnus, I want the Matrix.
We're saving money on animation. Oh, look. It's like, oh, and there goes.
Oh, let it go.
And there goes...
Catch.
There goes generic Optimus Prime now. Unicron, my master. With this, you shall be my slave. This coming up here was also like probably my second favorite song off the soundtrack.
But
keep trying. Here it is.
I can't transform. None of us can.
Innocent.
Oh, thank goodness their bonds broke.
Right.
Bonds dissolved.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Isn't that convenient?
Let's become a stirs.
It's a good thing we don't have to breathe.
Well, no, because they're
that's
robots.
I know,
robots
exactly.
don't breathe. Okay, and I just got one question. Wouldn't the Sharkticons rust? I mean, isn't this like water or something?
Yeah, it could be mineral oil.
See, that's the thing. It's never
if the
whole
explained.
Planet. Well, yeah, and that's fine if the whole planet is metallic.
But
then
it's
it wouldn't
yellow.
Necessarily be something that corroded metal. Like it could be something that
mineral oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's water. Or it's okay. It's not
no,
water.
It's not water because
I don't think it's water.
There's a lot
what the hell is this? One minute it's yellow, the next minute it's clear. What is this liquid? I must know. I must have these answers.
It's not piss.
Well, contrary to what Robot Chicken says, Autobots can't actually pee.
Oh man, Cup rips his tail off to use it as a mace. That's hardcore.
That is hardcore.
I'm gonna beat you in the face with your friend's tail.
No, but we can give one humongous repair bill. Humongous.
So like a lot of the animations remind me like of like stone and glass and like biological material.
I mean, this is right up here to me like with Akira. It's that same level of of animation. A little bit behind, but it's right up there. And that's kind of why I love it.
Okay, here comes one of my favorite. Here comes one. Excuse me. Over the Whipticon.
But you're right. They are missing a Dinobot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
this whole movie.
I don't think the Stegosaurus gets introduced until later. Actually, I could be wrong, but I don't think it gets. I don't think that one Dinobot gets introduced until much later.
I guess not. I always felt like there was 5.
I think there was 4 originally, and then eventually they brought in the 5th one. They brought in the Stegosaurus. So.
Boom. And of course, because they're sharks and they're prehistoric, they're going to listen to another prehistoric creature in the form of an Autobot.
Me, Grimlock, say execute them. They're like, yeah, there's more of us than there is them. Let's go kick their ass.
So just to offer a little bit of confirmation, along with Swoop, Snarl was part of the second set of Dinobots that were created by Wheeljack. He was not part of the first batch.
But along with Swoop.
Yes.
Right.
Swoop wasn't in there in the first set either.
Right, but Swoop is in the movie.
He is.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's like weird that Snarl's not in if Swoop is.
Look, he might have been off that day.
I guess
I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, they're off on a different mission for the Autobots because
when you're trying to save the world, there is no different mission. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Oh, here we go. Ronnie Jew, Ronnie Moo. This is my first experience with Eric Idle. After this, it was a Fish Called Wanda, and then it went into Monty Python. Up to this point, I didn't know anything about Monty Python.
No, I did not know anything about Monty Python at this point, but I sure as hell knew about National Lampoon's European Vacation, and he was in that. He was the British guy.
Oh, the bike rider.
Oh, yeah,
he was the bike rider. Yep. Yeah, the bike rider. Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
And, okay.
Oh, do you know where this thing is? And he can point to the direction, and like blood starts squirting out of his wrist.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
If this wasn't like an advertisement or a commercial, it's not hard knocking them down. It's keeping them down. That's a trick. Yep. They're indestructible and they're everywhere. Available at Toys R Us everywhere this winter, 1995. Yeah.
Okay. I actually had Red Gar and I loved him.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I loved. Well. Okay. Can I just? I'm going to say this and this. I'm going to say this, and yes, it will be extremely off color, but I don't care. You can truly say that the Jumpticons go both ways because they will ride and they will be ridden.
Yeah.
Our first.
I'm trying to go somewhere. Fuck that! I'm transforming.
So if Springer's sword is broken at this point, does that mean he can't become a helicopter anymore? Because that was his blade.
Because he does at the end of the movie.
But it's his blades, though. I mean,
doesn't matter. He can repair it. He can repair it automatically.
I mean, if Megatron can turn into a handheld pistol, he can regenerate his blades.
Yes, this is true. Because
how did they know? Did I miss something? How did they know where they were?
I have no idea. At this point, I don't care.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's
like
who's the Dinobots?
They were able to scan for
life science.
RC. Yeah, they were able.
Yeah, they have guns for kids.
Did you just read that? Yeah.
What is that be called? The Transformers Adult Edition Watch Party.
Wait a minute. They were all out of Energon goodies. What happened?
They got more on the ship. There was more on the ship.
They got all this happy over one Energon goodie.
Yeah, it's just like, well, that was cheap,
Now let's breakdance.
Yep.
How the fuck do Dinobots breakdance?
You're about to find out.
We're doing it right now.
Hello, Superior Hero Reviews.
Superior Heroes Reviews, welcome back. Glad you could pop back in.
This is a PG movie, but this is not a PG cast.
No.
You think?
So Chanthorpe says Unicron does have a lot of info. He has like spies everywhere. I mean, he's got to have all the info. That's the best the cop can come up with. Now the news, don't touch that dial. He sounds out of touch. Oh, okay.
Now let's be nice here.
I know. I'm just saying he sounds out of touch. So how come Ultra Magnus gets blown to bits and they can put him back together, but you can't put Prime back together?
Superior, it's okay, bud.
Just different levels of dead, I guess.
My question is, how the fuck did they fix the cracks in his hull?
Well, they are
some of the goo. The goo did it.
They totally needed to market that shit.
And Philip Games like, you play Weird Al and the dinos get down. Because Weird Al is like the true universal language. What do you want?
Man,
okay.
Can we address Wreck-Gar's nipples? I mean, look at Wreck-Gar's nipples. Those things are like,
man.
He's like Aphrodite Z. Got the like. Anybody remember Aphrodite Z from Transor Z? Like she had the missile boobs. He's like the Transformer version of that. You don't remember?
Better. He is the he was the inspiration for the Fembots from Austin
That's exactly
Powers.
what I was thinking.
Yes.
Yes. What was the woman's name? What was her? Dang it! What was the? Send in the Fembots. She got her inspiration from watching Transformers the movie for the Fembots.
Man.
You don't threaten the whole planet. You don't threaten the whole planet. I don't care who you are.
See this, the Matrix.
Whoa.
I now possess what you most fear. Again, people don't talk like this in movies anymore. I possess what you most fear. You will do
now
my
it'd be something
bidding,
stupid like, I got this. Y'all afraid.
This is
man.
oh shit. What's going on here?
Uh-oh. Ain't nobody say he could transform into a giant space robot.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here is the scene that inspired the end of Spaceballs.
Those are knuckles.
I got hands coming out of my ass. I better be afraid.
No, those are his legs.
Oh, I was like, oh.
I lost count. I didn't.
And that's Cybertron in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember seeing the trailer for this movie. I was like, what the hell is this? Like,
and we got red.
Look
at the face.
Here comes.
Look at the horror on the face of Galvatron.
It's that one time where he looks the most like Starscream.
Uh-huh.
He's looking at Galvatron, or sorry, he's looking at Unicron the way that Starscream looks at
Galvatron.
Yep. Cybertron. But now
you shall witness
its dismemberment.
Man, I'm not even going to eat it. I'm just going to crush it. And like, honestly, like,
bring the pain.
Like, Cybertron looks like a happy, functioning place. I'm not entirely sure that the Decepticons are bad people. Like, there's cars moving about. There's like probably people grocery shopping. I'm sure the holidays are coming up. There's presents being bought. It seems like a fully functional, like, you know, like stuff's going on, you know? So, like, what's the Autobots deal, man? I'm sorry. Maybe. And you're eating.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
Nice. Look, I just don't know if I was Unicron if I'd want to swallow the Matrix because you lose track of it. It is a weapon.
You're boned. And you're boned.
What happened?
Does this remind you of anything, Cup? Nope. I've never seen anything like this before.
Here's the reprise of the touch. Let me bring it back.
Yep. This is Dare.
Oh, Dare. Sorry. Dare. Yes.
And wait, man, wasn't there 3 ships coming up on Unicron just now?
Well, it should have been 2.
Oh, yo.
No, it looked like 3. It looked like the Junticons, the Quintessons, and the Decepticon ship. That. I could be wrong. And okay, Hot Rod is like a badass. I'm gonna drive this mother right into your eye, Unicron.
Right in your
my question is, why did the eye hurt?
Well, even robots feel. I mean, we've established the fact that these characters feel emotion and they can feel pain.
What type of immune system does he have that this is the immuno response to like a foreign body? Like, I want that immune system.
Well, I mean, in fairness, if you're going to be a planet-sized transformer, you kind of want to have that, you know?
Yeah. Well, I want to grapple you and throw you out of my body.
Chant or Weird Al Unicron, just see it makes sense.
Can't have more than one Weird Al Unicron.
In fairness, he did. Go ahead, Mir.
I think the more appropriate song would be "Nature Trail to Hell" in 3D.
Oh my god! Nature Trail to Hell.
It's such a great song.
Do you know good, Autobots? It cannot be opened. Not by a Decepticon. We are allies now against the common foe.
Of course. I'll obey. This is so much like Luke and Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
except with slightly lower stakes.
Yeah, lower. Yeah. Just a planet. And like that's the other like thing that bothers me, like the spatial inconsistency. So Unicron was a giant planet that was bigger than the Cybertron, but he transforms and he's able to stand on Cybertron.
Yeah. Me, Grimlock, kick butt.
Quite literally.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, Grimlock makes a planet-destroying transformer grab his ass. That's respectable, okay?
Well, not to mention, in this shot just now, Unicron's eye was completely fine.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it looked bad. He had one eye. He's like a one-eye
just
Willy.
now when the robots were, the Dinobots were coming up on him, his other eye was completely fine. It wasn't even broken.
I mean, blame Nelson Shin, I guess.
And now he's got indigestion.
Damn you, Nelson Shin! You're the bane of my existence. And now Unicron's got indigestion.
Yeah.
What the
Give that motherfucker some Pepto-Bismol.
Do you realize how much Pepto-Bismol you would need to satiate
like
Unicron to the
6,500 gallons. Where's the water come from?
That's a good question. Why would Unicron have water in his body? It would rust him. Unless he's made of a rust.
Maybe it's not water. Maybe it's like I don't know.
Maybe it's all the processed pee from all the plants he's devoured
but he only eats metal planets. So like and it would have to be some sort of like,
for all we know, he could eat organic plants too.
Yeah, but we haven't seen that though.
But we could infer it.
Okay,
this was the stuff of children's nightmares right here.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Watching all these Autobots get melted.
Well, my question is, who the fuck are these? We haven't seen them in 2 years.
Daniel, what can I do? Not to look acid cover.
But like in theory,
hurry the fuck up, kid.
Yeah. In theory, Spike has the same things in his suit. Why didn't he blow it up?
Yeah, why doesn't he? Yeah. These are questions for the ages.
Philip Gaming.
Oh,
it's lube.
That's right. The Decepticons have Astro Train. He has Astro Glide.
Oh my
god. Chanthorpe. Unicron is magic. Yeah, he is evil, dark, bad magic.
No, he's not a unicorn. He doesn't fart glitter. Come on, man.
Unicorns are not evil.
Sorry.
Oh my god!
Look, it was the best thing I could think of.
It was great. It was fantastic.
That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect.
Astroglide, transform and put me in.
No.
Oh, the headlights are going to do something.
Astroglide, transform and insert.
That's what RC said.
Hopefully
hot rod.
That shit would have been
over. Well, then I hope that he said, for the sake of this movie, Astroglide's an Autobot.
We got the Decepticons at the gate.
It's the most valuable resource in the universe. What's that?
Oh my god.
Bot lube.
Bot lube.
Phil
Beats plans the Angular Manor is a possibility. Not many manual robot. I agree with what Philip is saying, but honestly, like there's metallic planets all over the place.
There's only less because he's eating them all.
Right. That's
goddamn Orson Welles.
Unicron is a hero. He's getting rid of all those like metallic planets and leaving life for the organic people out there. And
there's a total parallel for that as well.
Oh, now he's laser proof.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Move one layer,
transform he's bigger.
Into
he's older.
Contrivance.
He's new. He's proved. He slices. He dices.
He juliennes. He makes curly fries.
And he's so strong he can throw Decepticons across the fucking universe.
Right through another being.
Bye.
And that's before he fully transformed.
Yeah.
This isn't even my final form. Light of darkest hour.
Okay, all right. And I'm just going to say, did anybody get teary-eyed when you hear Optimus's voice? Am I the only one?
I mean, I got a tingle down the back of my neck.
Yeah, I got the chills, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Rise,
Rodimus Prime.
Nope.
Rodimus Prime. That's
Rise, Rodimus Prime. Optimus.
Why does he rip his leg off?
Why is everybody grabbing their nipples in this movie? Like, what the fuck?
He's freaking out because he's being destroyed.
Look, I freak out too. I don't grab my tits when I do it, though.
Pinch my nipples and fear me. Daniel, Spike. What about all the other, like, Galvatron's Daisy? This is true. I don't know. I think Rodimus Prime's Daisy Ridley. He is certainly like a Mary Sue. No, I mean, he's got no character development. He just shows up.
I'm going to disagree with you on. I'm with you on most of it, except for the part where Daisy Ridley is not a hatchback.
That's true.
Well, we don't know which.
Daisy Ridley doesn't have an integrated trailer. Come on.
Are you kidding? He has the tits of a 13-year-old boy. She's got nothing, man. And it's nothing against the whole her acting ability. You know, I totally watched her in the Orient Express, the rerun, and I loved her in that one. But
Destiny.
Okay.
My God, could you imagine the reign of carnage down on Cybertron once Galvatron exploded? Like, there would have been like hell, like just hell of hot metal raining down on it.
Could you imagine the Cybertronian Weather Service having to do an article at that point? It certainly does seem to be raining shit on Cybertron.
There's all kinds of lube and metallic parts flying down on Cybertron today.
Yeah.
Apparently, Galvatron was 80% Astroglide.
Till all are one.
Apparently, there's a large number of phallic devices that were landed on the planet.
Nipples abound.
Congratulations.
And RC
is
having a very good day.
Oh, and seeing that freaking head at the end, man.
Yeah, like
how that came into play for like the series after this was cool, man.
Yeah, especially with like Starscream's ghost. That whole thing from start to finish was great.
That was fun. Oh
man!
Look,
that was Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime and Ironhide. Scatman Crothers as Jazz.
Yep.
Eric Idle as Retgar.
The thing that something here that you've seen in Frank Welker, Soundwave, Megatron, Rumble, Frenzy, Wheeling,
Orson Welles in his final role as Unicron.
Yep.
But
the thing that I really, really respect is that they put it in alphabetical.
I did. Yeah.
I respect that they put it in alphabetical order, and they didn't put it in terms of the talent that they hired on for this thing.
Yes.
Because usually they'll put the headliners up at the top instead of doing, but they put people who are virtually not as well known there.
There was really a lot of names in this thing, if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
especially for that part.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, Nimoy was just off of Star Trek 3. 86 is when they were filming Star Trek 4.
NRG, Stan Bush.
Tell you, Stan Bush made
Bush.
Mad money on this one.
Inspector General.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to be stupid.
I gotta find this. I
always found it crazy that Rick Derringer produced Weird Al's album. I mean, that was crazy. Lion.
Oh, I mean, they were friends from the time that he did his first album.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with what's it called? Mm-hmm. I Love Rocky Road. Mr. Frump in the Iron Lung.
Oh, Mr. Frump in the
Remember that one? Yes. So great.
Yes. Oh my God.
I was listening to that when I was a kid. I'm like, this is fucked up.
Have you heard his Peter Rabbit?
Yes.
Yes. Where he does the whole thing. Yeah, that's awesome.
I haven't kept up lately. The last one album that I bought was the one where he did the was it the damn, I can't remember the name of that song that was kind of popular back with shit, what's his name? I don't remember his name.
No, it's good.
It's gonna bother me.
I'm sorry. No, I mean, because I've got all the way up to Mandatory Fun, the new one. Like, I'm a big fan of Weird Al, but you know. So, Chanthorpe says the music in this thing is amazing, though animation is pretty top notch. Can't understand why people think live action compares to this. Idiots.
It doesn't.
It 100% correct. It does not compare to this.
It doesn't.
No.
I mean, for me, like watching the modern movies, there's too many damn parts moving on the screen.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's seen Bumblebee, but the Cybertron, the stuff on Cybertron, although it doesn't make sense that they're in the forms that they're in, like that right there is the epitome of live action Transformers for me. You got the G1 bodies. Yeah, it looks fantastic. And like you could have done this for the Transformers the movie, and like I'd have been on board. Yep. So yeah, this was great. Ambassador, thank you for having me on this evening to watch us, sir. This was
thank you for having me on, brother. It's been a couple. It's been a while since I've been able to go on the stream, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, for those of you that might be interested, next month September's my birthday. It's my birth month. All
of September's your birthday. That was a long labor and delivery.
No.
Kudos to your mom.
You know what I mean. Now quit
right. Congratulations to your mom for giving birth to a living God. How about that?
Seriously. I was in birth for 30 days.
No, my birthday's actually on September 14th, but it's my birthday takes place in the month of September. There. Are you happy now?
Word Crimes. That's the name of the song. Yeah. That was off of Mandatory Fun. Word Crimes.
Word Crimes. Yes, I love Word Crimes.
But next month, I'm actually, being it is my birthday, I'm going to be doing 3 watch parties for next month.
Which one? What are you doing?
Yeah.
First
is
one.
It too early to ask? Or
no, it's not too early to ask. I've actually announced it a few times, but I haven't said anything on a stream yet.
Clue.
But next month is going to be. I haven't figured out dates yet, except for one. I'm going to do one for Fifth Element, being they hit 500 views. I said if it hit 500 views, I would do a watch party for Fifth Element.
I've seen that before.
Yes. A few times.
Yeah. The second one is going to be Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And the third one is actually going to be, I have finally settled on it, Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. That's an interesting choice. So,
well,
what happened to Clue? Did you ever watch Clue?
Oh, God.
You bought Clue, and I've heard nothing of it since.
Martin Mull.
Okay.
Christopher Lloyd.
Well, I had to stop her screaming. Sorry.
I have been so busy, Jason. I have not.
All right.
I have not had the chance to sit down and watch it. I have meant to, but everything the last few months has been just nuts.
Ambassador, I completely understand. I meant to pay my taxes for the past 10 years, but that didn't happen either. But, you know, whatever.
I just want you to know that communism was a red herring.
Communism is a red herring.
I'll tell you what, Jason.
I thought guys like you were usually called plants or fruits. Fruits.
Jason, I'll tell you what. Before the month is out, I will watch Clue and I will do a review of it. And if you would like to be a part of that review, I will have you on.
I wouldn't mind it. That's one of my 17 favorite movies from the 80s. So that and Zora the Gay Blade and Flash Gordon. Yeah.
Oh, come on. You got to do Flash Gordon.
Oh, Flash Gordon. Fantastic. Oh, my goodness.
I
did a review of it back when I first started my channel back last year. And there have been a few channels that have already done watch parties of it. I don't want to be repetitive on it. Even though next week can be a little bit repetitive because DJ Odyssey did a discussion of this TV show. But I was like, what the hell? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to be talking about V, the miniseries from 1983 and 84.
Dude, just do it. Like, everybody brings something different. I mean, there's no reason that just because somebody did something before that you can't do it. I mean, everybody's got their own flavor, you know?
Yeah, you have different people. You get different input.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, but next...
I mean, heck, I'm doing D&D content from, like, the 80s. Everybody's done that, so, you know.
Actually, not as many as you think, Jason, because the weird thing is I don't hear a whole lot about Dungeons and Dragons or role-playing stuff very often. You're one of the few channels that does cover it.
I guess, once you get into that sphere, there is a lot, but, like, you kind of have to get into it. But, yeah. But, I enjoy it. But, yeah, like, you can't just do what you want to do, you know? Do what you
haven't done D&D since, like, Series 4.
Oh,
so what, 2008-ish?
4th edition? Yeah. Now, I started in about the same time I started watching some of these movies. I started back in '83 of the Beckme set, the basic master, basically the right after the first edition. It wasn't quite second edition. It was still like, so I started really young.
2-point-ish.
Well, actually, it was like 1-point-ish. Like, it was after they released the Brown books. It was like their first official settings and stuff, the Mystara setting. Yeah, gotcha. But I mean, so I've been playing for a long time, but
well, I'm the old. Crazy, you're not that old. I'm going to be 42.
I'm 43.
That's the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
I actually considered doing a watch party for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but I couldn't decide on which version because I have both versions.
Yeah, me too. I
have the BBC version, and I have the movie. I have the movie with Martin Freeman, which I absolutely love.
I've never seen the BBC version. I've only seen the Martin Freeman version.
Really?
Don't give me those eyes.
No. I see you
over there judging me.
I'm not. No, Jason, I'm not judging you. I got a wild hair up my. Okay, this is gonna sound awful. I don't care. I'm walking into a joke. I might as well just say, I got a wild hair up my butt, and I was like, you know what? I want to find a copy of the BBC miniseries of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So me and Ma'am Ambassador, we went to a Barnes and Noble. I went to their movie section, their movie department. I looked through it, and I was like, to heck with it, I'm just going to ask a clerk. I went and asked the associate that was working in that section. I was like, I'm looking for the BBC Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Do you all have it? Looked it up. Hold on 1 second. Just stare at the glory that is Orson Welles for a few minutes and entertain yourselves.
You should have photoshopped a sandwich in his mouth.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got a stogie. It wouldn't take too much to make it a hoagie.
Oh,
sorry. That was some excellent wordplay.
That was good. That was good.
Just saying, man. Ooh.
I'm Orson
As a man that went from I took a stogie and made it a hoagie.
That's right.
Okay.
Give me the good shit.
They found this. I don't know if you can see it.
I mean, glare aside, pretty much, yeah.
That's the one I have. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see guide. I assume I know what it says. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
It says, don't panic on the cover.
Yeah. Don't panic and bring a towel.
Yep.
And there's the number.
Yep.
42.
Although,
I always thought, like, when I was watching South Park and Tally was like, don't forget to bring a towel. I always felt that was like a underhanded reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I was like, I don't think people get that.
I think Tally predates that, actually.
What? It doesn't predate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Well, I mean, not the book, the original series, but we're talking about, we're not talking about the books or the BBC series, but definitely the big time, the movie in 2005.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't think it predates. It definitely doesn't predate the source material.
No,
so it's almost like Trey Parker and Matt Stone, like they threw that in there.
No, and Doug Adams made like 10 books for this series too.
Oh yeah,
Let's see.
I was reading Doug Adams back in middle school, if I remember correctly. It was
It was The Hitchhiker's Guide for the Galaxy.
So long and thanks for all
Diner
the
at the End of
fish.
the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
So long and thanks for all the fish.
Life, the Universe, and Everything.
Yep.
I remember going in the Walden books when I was a kid and just like looking through all the Douglas Adams books.
God, remember?
Yeah.
I haven't heard the name Walden books in like 15, 20 years, man.
Oh, you're welcome.
And here's the fun
shows our age. Here's a what?
Here's a fun fact. Douglas Adams was actually an atheist.
Yeah.
I mean,
whatever does it for him,
But you know what? He wasn't the mean, vicious, antagonistic atheist. Well, he was a reasonable one.
There's different levels of all that stuff. I mean, like, there's a difference between like an atheist and different like atheism. I know we're venturing into like some other place here, but like,
and we don't have to go that far.
Atheism in itself can become like its own
religion,
have its own religious tenets.
And that's sort of the thing. And there's people who don't believe in, who personally don't believe in God and actually leave their religion to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are those who
become just
I don't believe in God, and then they have to stuff it down your freaking face.
Right. And it becomes just as
Orson Welles in a hoagie,
I'm gonna shove it in your face like this.
You know what? I would love to see if there's any interview footage of when he did this movie. I really would.
If memory serves, he was really sick. I mean, he was like towards the end of his life when he did this movie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
So is this tantamount to Raul Julia doing Street Fighter as his last movie?
Yes.
I would say yes.
Yes. So like you have this person with this illustrious career, and he does something like this. Although I think this movie is much more well received than Street Fighter the movie was. I think.
The jury's still out on that one.
Okay. I should have talked about this when I did that stream, Bad Movies That We Love, back when I did that a few weeks ago, but I loved the Van Damme and Julia Street Fighter movie. I did. I loved it to death. I don't care how cheesy and bad it was. I loved it. It was awesome. It was kick-ass, and it was beautiful. Because you have one of the most beautiful actresses in that film, Ming Na, and
I have to. I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but I have never seen it.
Really?
I haven't seen it all the way through. It's one of those movies where I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't watched the whole thing from start to finish. I just haven't. That and so I like Fiddler on the Roof, Sound of Music, a lot of classics, especially musicals. I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never seen them all the way through. So I feel like I've seen them, but I haven't really. Just.
Oh, Jason, man.
What? What'd I do?
No, nothing. You didn't do anything wrong. I did a stream not too long ago with another channel, Alicia Victoria Parker. She's associated with Orville, Orville Nation and everything, sort of. And we actually did a stream about the 96 Hamlet with Kenneth Branagh and Kate Winslet and all them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I need to do a musical stream. I really do. I feel like I need to do a musical stream, like going from the 1980s up till now or whenever.
A fun one to do would be a Baz Luhrmann stream where you do Romeo and Juliet and do Moulin Rouge and that would be fun.
Baz Luhrmann would be a great one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here's another one.
So just doing a little bit of research. So Orson Welles died on October 10th, 1985. So it was like quite a few months before Transformers was released.
Really? Huh.
So he actually, on the evening of October 9th, this is from Wikipedia, on the evening of October 9th, 1985, Welles recorded his final interview on the Merv Griffin Show. Wow. And then he died that night, sometime during the night.
Damn.
Wow.
Did he talk about Transformers on that final interview?
I don't think so.
What, Merv wasn't asking about the role of Unicron? I mean,
no,
I would.
he was talking about his biography
Merv,
with Barbara.
that would have been for Merv Griffin. That would have been extremely lowbrow because Merv Griffin was like Carson.
Yeah.
And Carson was king, but Merv Griffin was not too far below him.
No, okay,
actually, you bring up Baz Luhrmann. Here's an idea for a streamer. It might be this might be a two-parter that I'm going to do eventually.
Mm-hmm.
The film
says Wells died sometime on the morning of October 10th following a heart attack. He was found by his chauffeur around 10 a.m. And the first to arrive was Paul Stewart, and he was 70 years old.
Wow.
That is that.
Paul Stewart was 70, or
no,
Orson Welles was 70?
Orson Welles.
Okay. Right.
Wow.
The wording was.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
It's not you.
No, that's okay, Mir. You're good.
I'm pretty sure it was.
This is an idea that's been flying around my head for a stream that kind of goes in with my directors streams I've done, because I've done a few of them. I did Mel Brooks. I've done John Carpenter. One name. Tarantino.
I like Tarantino. I think that even he would be disappointed with the pedestal that he's been put up on.
Yeah.
You know, I do enjoy his films, though. What? Okay, so real quick, off the top of your head, what is your favorite Tarantino film?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Really?
Yes. Well, that and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That last one was
really
fantastic.
That surprised me. I was really surprised at Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I still have not
I thought it was
seen
going to
that.
be some shit, but it was. I need to.
The thing I need to seriously do, and I know it's probably going to click off some cash to do it. I want to see if there's a box set of all his movies.
We'll just wait around long enough.
That's really kind of where I'm going with that. So I mean, I love. First of all, I love the whole. I got this thing. I do enjoy vampires here and there, but I also really, really love that. I'm sorry, a 20-something-year-old Salma Hayek. Oh my effing god!
I like Tarantino when he does his revisionist history bits, and I think he really shines like with Inglourious Basterds. And then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah. Those two, I feel like they're stylistically cut from the same cloth.
Yes.
Like you take these things that happen in real life and then you put a different spin on them, So I enjoyed Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I agree with you, Chan. I mean, even Tarantino thinks he's overrated.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the great thing about Tarantino. Even he realizes, he's like, guys, I'm not all that in a bag of chips. He's like, I do weird stuff. He's like, I do stuff that I want to see.
Yeah.
But here's the great thing about him. He's not your atypical Hollywood type.
No.
And I think that's what is so appealing about him. Yeah, his stuff is very unorthodox. Jason, to get back to your question, my favorite Tarantino film. Damn, this is hard. That's what she said.
Oh.
Sorry, I had to do it. It's okay. I didn't have to do it, but I did it anyway.
The views of the ambassador does not necessarily reflect the views of the Ambassadorial reading channel.
Bullshit! It's this channel. Yes, it is.
I was just trying to give him an out, man.
I know it's probably going to sound cliche as all hell. It might be the one everybody goes to, but Pulp Fiction.
No, I don't go to Pulp Fiction. It was a fun movie.
Mine's
because
Jackie Brown.
Is what?
Jackie Brown.
Yeah,
good one. That's a good one.
I enjoyed Jackie Brown. I felt I feel like it was the most concise. Like it was like it didn't rely on a lot of trickery and time jump stuff. Like it was like a good story and straightforward. I like Samuel L. Jackson, and I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
And hey,
but that's not to say I didn't like all of his other work. I mean, the only one I haven't seen Hateful Eight. so I don't know if I like that or not.
Oh,
I have not seen that yet.
dude.
Mhm.
And just real quick to the chat, True 31. Good evening. You missed the watch party. We're just in extra time now. We're talking about a little bit of everything. Talking about future projects for the channel. I'm talking about doing a Tarantino stream to kind of add into my collection of streams about great directors that I love and that a lot of people love.
I mean,
we should do
it,
Ambassador. Do a Dino De Laurentiis stream and just put in Flash Gordon and Conan the Barbarian because that's pretty much it.
And Superman.
What's that? Yeah.
Well, we just did a Dino De Laurentiis film because it was done by his group.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I guess it counts, but he didn't.
No, there's Jason. There's one other we have to put in there, and I know it's bad as all hell.
Which one?
You know which one? You know which one?
I mean, yeah. Which one? You can say it. I'll give you the honor.
Dune.
Oh yeah,
You're right. Yeah.
Never seen Dune. I'm sorry. I gotta have my nerd card revoked, but I have never seen Dune.
I have seen every version of that movie.
No.
And I'm
Dino
going to
De
go
Laurentiis did Dune. I thought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is Dino De Laurentiis.
Really?
It was Dino. It was Dino.
I mean,
and if you notice though, Max von Sydow is really is a common character a lot. So he played Ming.
Yeah.
In in Flash Gordon, and then he played what's his name? Shit.
Kynes.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't realize there was that connection between Dune and Flash Gordon. That's actually interesting.
That is interesting. Wow.
Yeah. Looks like Flash Gordon. So what was released first, Dune or Flash Gordon?
Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon was.
Flash Gordon's almost seemed like a sci-fi dry run for Dino.
Well, Superman was what 79.
Yeah, I want to say
I think that one was
right.
first.
Oh.
And I mean, they completely once they got the whole flying scene right from in the preview, that was it. That thing was going to be the blockbuster of of the entire year. But who knew that on top of Superman, you would get Alien that year, and you'd also get Airplane.
Oh my god, I love Airplane.
Actually, Airplane came out in 80. Airplane came out in 80.
Oh, now I gotta check that one.
I'm pretty sure it came out in 80. But here's a funny story because I actually remember vaguely.
Oh, you're right. It's 80.
I vaguely remember going to see Alien as a kid.
God, that movie freaked me the hell out.
It might have been a re-release that I saw because I was old enough to remember. Because if Alien came out in '79, I would have only been a year old. So it might have been a re-release or something that they did because it did so well. But funny story, it was me, Mother Ambassador, Father Ambassador, my mom and dad. Just put it that way. My mom's brother and my grandmother, and I think my uncle's first wife and my youngest cousin or my oldest cousin, or youngest cousin in age. So she's only a year younger than me. We went to see Alien. Sorry, I know this is a lot of buildup. Don't mean it to be. We all went to see Alien. And I remember hearing this blood-curdling scream that you would hear out of. I know this is not going to come off as sexist. I hope it does. It's not meant to be. That you would hear out of a woman in a horror movie.
Well, that's kind of what it was.
Yeah, you're fine.
I come to find out from my mom and my grandmother they both corroborated this. The scene where the face hugger pops out of the egg and lashes itself onto Kane's helmet. Forgive me, Dad. My father lets out that blood-curdling scream, and he walks out of the theater.
No, that was Daddy Ambassador that let out the blood-curdling scream.
Holy shit.
And we finished the movie, but I remember asking my uncle, my mom's brother, I was like, did my dad really scream like a woman in that scene? He's like, yeah.
Yep.
He's like, I'll say this. He's like, I don't exactly like. He's like, that scene was freaky as hell. So he's like, I can't entirely blame him.
I mean,
well,
not
back
only
then,
that,
you got to think back in the day. Like, I guess nowadays we're more desensitized to things, but like, I don't think you saw that type of stuff until that point back in the 70s.
not at
you know,
all.
so like you had that right there. It was just like, to kind of go back in time and to be able to experience that with like the innocence of like going to the theater, where like I know in the 50s, my mom told me that my mother said that they would go see some horror movies and they would actually flash warnings up on the screen, like terrifying things or you're about to see.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
to be desensitized to this stuff and experience it for the first time on the big screen was probably like really chilling.
I mean, if you think
really
about it,
bothering,
the closest thing that we got to sci-fi horror before that was probably 2001. You know, there was nothing like Alien on there.
Right.
You know?
Well, the thing was, Ridley Scott was so far ahead of his time. He really was. And, I know he's gotten a lot of flack for the movies that he's done, like the prequels to the Alien franchise. And I may catch some flack for this, or I may not. I actually enjoyed Prometheus.
Me too.
I did. I enjoyed Prometheus. I liked the world building, even though I can see some of the plot holes and some of the issues in the story. I still enjoyed it. Now, I did not see Covenant.
Covenant was fine. It was fine.
Covenant was okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, I think as we get older, we pay attention to plot holes and stuff like that. But I think if we go back and look at even movies that we consider classics, if we look at them with the eye that we look at things with now, there are just as many plot holes.
Yeah.
And
if not more so, because there's that lack of creativity.
Yeah. So I don't, I mean, I try to look at a thing for what it is rather than try to nitpick it. Like if I go into something and I'm entertained and they set this, like, this is the world as it is. These are what's happening. This is what's happening in the world, and I can buy into it for 2 hours. Then I'm okay with it. I try not to pick everything apart because, like, if you start picking everything apart, like, there's so many
movies are bad.
And I think also the thing that made Alien what it was. Yes, you had the writing of Ridley, but then you had H.R. Geiger. The way that he brought the alien to life was, it was just the over-sexualization of the alien, where you're looking at it and you're seeing, like, phallic symbols. You're seeing the eggs represented the female form, and they made it an X-rated film until they put the additional cross-section on the egg so it wouldn't resemble a vagina,
Really? Oh, yeah. Huh.
And so it was just that hypersexualization. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Very true.
But how he put that all together was just amazing. And of course the effects. Sorry. Go ahead, Ambassador.
No, it's okay, Mayor. Well, and I've heard this argument that in like 10 years, everybody's opinion of the sequels is going to soften. And everybody's going to be like, oh, it's a masterpiece. It's the greatest thing ever. And I'm thinking,
well, I don't know about masterpieces. They may be able to lighten up and enjoy them. But
I mean, I enjoy them now, but you have to understand what it is. And to me, like, Prometheus was kind of like laying that genetic groundwork for, for Alien. And then Alien Covenant to me was just like a roundabout hack and slash.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it for what it is.
I really would have liked to have seen some of the stuff in between where David went to the engineer's planet and all the stuff that he did there and what he did to Shaw. Like, that would have been interesting to see, but they skipped over a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately they did. And the thing is, to kind of steer us back a little bit, even though we've gone off, and that's okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Like I said, we're in extra time there. Extra time now. It's fine. I don't care. If you look at the newer versions of movies that we have gotten there to take place in, well, let's just call it what it is, the Hasbro verse, with like Transformers and the G.I. Joe movies, the two that we got. Okay, I will say this. I tried to sit through G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. I watched it once, and I was like, I can't ever watch this again.
No.
It's not any good. I watched the first 3 Transformer films before they switched from Shia LaBeouf to Mark Wahlberg. And after the third one, I checked out. Because to me, it made no... not only did
too
it make
many moving parts. You know?
Yes, but the other problem for me was they had Leonard Nimoy in there doing the voice of one of the characters. I think it was Sentinel Prime or something. Sentinel Prime. And the thing that broke Transformers for me was when they had him do the line from Star Trek 2.
Of course.
And I was like, that line does not deserve to be in this movie. That line just is in a far superior movie. And I just have to think, Nimoy, what part of your soul, what part of your, and I might be a little over dramatic when I say this, but I think to myself, Nimoy, what part of your soul did you shut off to make yourself read that line without saying to beg, hell no, I won't do this.
Wasn't Transformers done by Paramount?
Yes.
Yes, I think also, and then Star Trek 2 was done by Paramount, so they had the rights to it. And we're like,
every Star Trek property is owned by Paramount, but that still doesn't make it right.
No, it doesn't.
And after that, I was like, I want nothing more to do with these Transformers movies. I have not seen another one, nor do I intend to. Now, I might give Bumblebee a shot.
Bumblebee's okay. But the thing is, with the Transformers movie, they tried on several occasions early on to recapture the magic of what we just watched. And it came across as fraudulent, frankly. I'm like, because I watched it, I was like, I see what you're doing. And like, I guess they tried to give that to a younger audience who hadn't experienced that because maybe they hadn't watched the 86 movie, but like there was no, I don't know, they faked the funk too much, if you know what I'm saying. Like it didn't come about in a natural way. Like it very much felt forced. No, and like they did that too with the Nimoy lines and stuff. They were like playing with member berries too much rather than giving us something that we could actually relate to.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why we went to the theaters in 1986 is because there was this 2-year history of building up to this moment. And then this movie tried to fit it. You know, Bumblebee is a great example. Fit it all in the space of like 5 minutes. Right. Although I will give mad props to them for using the something close to the G1 in the robot form. Yeah. I will give mad props to that. But
that's the crazy thing. Like the reason that like was such a big deal is because for 5 movies we had been starved of that.
Yeah.
Like that's the only reason. It wasn't particularly spectacular. Bumblebee wasn't particularly great, but because we had been like strung along and robbed of that in cinematic form for so long, that you give us this little bit of a taste of what it could be like, and all of a sudden people are like, this is fantastic. Well, really, I mean, it was fine.
You know, you have the cartoons, which, you know, the newer cartoons on that, which again, I admit they're for kids. Of course, most of the cartoons out there are for kids, but they're still missing, like, for example, the wordplay. You know, whenever I saw Megatron and Prime going, I didn't know a word that they used. I'm going right to my dictionary and I'm looking shit up. You know, And
I think that's more of a product of where we're at. Like,
yeah,
they write to the lowest common denominator. Where
look,
even something like Transformers back in the 80s was written that had words that a lot of people had to like, huh? Wait a minute, let me take a look there, you know.
They write to the lowest possible IQ. Right? Let's not beat around the bush here.
Right. That's exactly what they do. Yeah.
It's just, at least in the Transformers movie, they you had this plot that, yes, it was traumatic to 5, 6, 7-year-olds. But for those of us who could handle that shit, those of us whose parents took us to go see Alien and Aliens.
I saw The Fly in the theaters.
Me too. Absolutely.
Yeah, I loved it. It was crazy, but I
saw
loved
Aliens in the movie theater in '86. I'm like, absolutely. For those of us who could handle those kind of movies, this is what we were raised on.
Okay.
And
I was raised on, I was raised on action movies. I was raised on comedies. I was raised on horror. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, anytime they had a Friday the 13th marathon on cable.
Yeah,
buddy.
Say
Say hi. Oh, look. No. Look. Oh, look, you disappeared. It chroma out he's got a green blanket and he
I was about to warn you, man, that your kid doesn't have a body.
he chromed out his
It's
blanket.
kind of messed up.
All right, buddy. Scram. I'm gonna finish the stream up, buddy.
Yeah, we'll wrap.
I'm actually getting ready to have to head out, buddy. But
that's fine. Yeah, because we're gonna wrap up here in just a minute. But just real quick, I grew up watching all this stuff as a kid, and it did not. If anything, like as I started to say, Jason Voorhees, watching him tear teenagers to pieces, it was a blast.
Are you kidding?
And my
Friday
favorite
the 13th Part 1, where this fucked up kid jumps out of the lake and attacks a girl, man. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I think my favorite of the Friday the 13th was the New Blood with the girl that was actually a telekinetic.
Yeah, I enjoyed
that one. Everything that was my favorite because honestly, you finally had somebody who could go toe to toe with Jason, at least for a while. And she kicked his butt.
When I was 7 years old, my favorite movie was? Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh my gosh. And as far as I know, that's still on HBO Max. I need to watch that.
I'm sorry, but first of all, there were boobies in there. I'm always down for that. Of course, now they're a different thing. And second, I was so happy watching him set up Claymore mines and taking that dude's arm and just chopping it off in the woodshed. Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
The more gruesome it was, the better it was because you knew at the end of the day the good guy won.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, my God, even the 70s. I mean, my God, they had porn with plot back then. We don't get that nowadays.
I wouldn't know.
But this is the kind of world that we live in now, where plot means nothing as long as you get the flickering lights and bright, pretty colors.
Yeah, that's a shame, unfortunately. But it looks like maybe, I think slowly but surely, Hollywood, the entertainment industry is going to get its head back on its shoulders and get it on straight. So.
Well, yeah, and if there's one thing that's good that's going to come out of this whole COVID thing, it's that these companies are not going to be able to afford to put out shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. You have the woke movies like the last Star Wars sequel trilogy. You've got this whatever's going on with Star Trek now. These movies, they need to make money. And they're not going to be able to afford the woke bullshit because the woke. I mean, remember what? Dumbo. Remember Dumbo from, was it last year? I think it was.
I think it was last year. I actually wanted to see it, but
and it was awful. It was god awful. It was. I mean, it was bad. It was really, really bad. But that movie made nothing at the box office, and they could offset.
So good.
But they could totally offset it with Avengers Endgame. You know, so now, this year, 2020, if the box office is actually going to do anything, which I'm kind of iffy about that in the first place. But
theaters are starting to reopen. Slowly but surely, theaters are starting to reopen. I know where I'm at. Both theaters, the AMC and the other local-owned theater, they're both going to be reopening in the next week or so. And they're bringing out the one that I'm really looking forward to is New Mutants. They're finally releasing it. I am going to go see it because I've wanted to see it.
I hope so. I really do. But now you're also getting these instances where the people are saying that the COVID is coming. They're going to go and the things are striking up again. So I mean, depending on where you live, people are going to shut down or not going to shut down. It's just going to be really.
I don't want to go uber political or anything, but here's the thing I'm going to say. Yes, I know the cases are going up, but here's what I want to know, and this is what we're not getting. I want to get rate of survival. I want to get the mortality rate.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get the
that's
real.
The only one that matters.
Yeah, because from what I heard, by and large, people, even though they're contracting it, they're getting over it.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I don't want to get political either. I've done that before. I'm really not interested in it. But all I'm saying is that there is so much information on one side and the other side that it is impossible for us to know the difference. And that's difficult. Where I'm leaving it.
Pretty difficult right now.
And now the only things and now what's going to happen to the box office? I think this year is a wash.
Oh my God, this year forget this year.
I mean, shit. Regal Cinemas is based where I live, and they've closed down all the theaters for us.
The highest grossing film this year has been Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Well, and Sonic.
Well,
and Sonic, yeah.
Yeah, that was the highest grossing movie this summer. was Empire Strikes Back, and I'm down for it. Hell yes.
I would love to see Empire on big screen. I won't lie. So
I saw it when they did the redo back in 97?
97-ish. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw it then, but then I saw all three of them, and how Empire did not have. It was probably the least changed. And I was very happy with that.
You know what? I think I still have my ticket stubs from that.
I might too, actually. I've got a little box with all my crap in it.
Hey, Ambassador, I gotta sign off. I gotta get.
Yeah, I think we all do.
Jason, before you go, is there anything you want to plug for your channel before we sign off?
Yeah, I mean, I can just so my channel is Polyhedral Paradise. I do Dungeons and Dragons content. We do a show every Wednesday, up late with the Dungeon Master. They come hang out, and Marcus is floating head over here. He's itching to go to bed, which is why he's coming down. I
understand. It's okay.
Hopefully you don't mind him being on the stream here, Ambassador. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. No worries.
So, so we do a show up late with the Dungeon Master on Wednesday nights, where we talk some D&D, and we're building a campaign, and we're starting from the ground up. We're doing maps, world building. We're going to create. Hang on a sec, bud. I'll take you up in a minute. We're going to create 5 characters that then are going to play in the world. And if you come in for the live stream and help create the world, you accrue hours for playtime in the campaign for our live stream. So if anybody wants to come be a part of that, you're welcome to. And so that's what we're doing live. And I've got, I think we're going to start doing some gaming where I'm going to take, keeping with the D&D theme, I'm going to do, run through Curse of Monkey Island on stream and go back to the old Sierra games from the 90s.
Oh, God, I love those.
Yeah, I'm going to do King's Quest 4, Perils of Rosella. That's the next one I'm going to do on stream. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. And I encourage everybody to come over if you feel like that's right.
And I will make sure and put a link to your channel in the description, Jason.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for having me there. This was
You're welcome.
As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing going on my end. I'm still recovering from surgery.
Yeah.
However, I am the Mirror the Gravitationally Adept on the Twitters. You can find me on there. I will. Yeah, I'll rant for you. It's gonna be like my tagline for now. We'll rant for you. Jason, I'm definitely interested in doing some D&D action. I haven't done it in years.
I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued.
Yeah, I'll get you a link to the channel. I'm on Twitter, Jason_P_Presson. If you want to contact me on Twitter,
I will find you.
And Polyhedral Paradise on YouTube. So yep. So that's me.
I will definitely find you.
That'd be great.
Outstanding. Well, folks, as for myself, you all know what I cover. You know why you're here. Pop culture, modern and retro. Try and look at this stuff from a positive perspective. I don't go off kilter. I don't do rants unless I feel it's justified. I try and keep things positive. As far as what's coming up for the channel, this Wednesday, I'll have another installment of Council of Ones, Babylon 5 review with hopefully my good friend Adega, Outlaw, Doctor and Author, and Mountains of Elysium, and possibly even one of our newest council members, Fiona Wolf. And everything. We'll either be doing a retrospective on season 1 before we jump into season 2, or we'll be getting into season 2. That will be at 2 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, next Saturday night, I will have my stream on V, the mini series from 1983 and 84. So be sure to tune in for that. That will also be at 7:30 Central Time. I've got a couple of projects and everything I'm working on. I'm working on my newest ambassadorial editorial on Ray Who. So that'll be coming out within the next couple of weeks because I'm working a new schedule and all that. You all know this. So, but I want to thank Jason. I want to thank Mir for being here tonight. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
For those of you that were here tonight during the watch party, I hope you all enjoyed it. Chan Thorpe, The True 31, Superior Hero Reviews, Philip Gaming. Anybody else that I might have missed? Thank you all for tuning in tonight.
Yeah, Captain Trek on here, Mando Merck, Speaker.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that. Everybody that was in the chat, thank you for tuning in tonight. I greatly appreciate it as always. So, folks, you all have a great night, and until next time, this is the Ambassadors signing off.